Hey everybody, this is Mike with Knife Hand Wood Design, and today we are finishing up a beautiful end-grained maple with cherry inlay cutting board. Today's video is just going to be all the finishing process of this board, as you can see how it goes and see how these are finished. And as we go along, I will try to explain everything that I am doing. Right now what I am doing is with the CNC machine, I am using it to kind of clean off the last little bits of the inlay, all the extra parts that you have on there. So having the CNC machine, it does make it a lot easier and a lot more time friendly. So stick around and see how we finish one of these beautiful cutting boards. Okay, we have the board now off of the CNC machine, and we are going to start the long process of sanding. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select the sandpaper I'm going to use, and I believe I started it at a 40 grit, so I went very aggressive to get the glue off. But before that, I just realized that it was a little hard to sand, so I'm putting the rockler cookies underneath, because they do a great job in stopping the board from sliding, from moving, and they keep it up off the work surface a little bit so you can get your hands under it to move it. So we're going to start with the 40 grit, and then from the 40 grit, once I get all the glue removed with the 40 grit, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go and use the 80 grit. Then we're going to move to the 120 grit, and then from 120 we will then move to the 150 grit. Once we get through the 150 grit, we will go into the water pop. So I got a couple hours ahead of me of sanding just to kind of get everything clean and smoothed out, but with the power of video, you guys do not have to suffer through all the hours of sanding. Okay, sanding is completed for the most part. The first steps of the sanding. I've got all the glue removed. I've got everything smooth to the touch. So we are back over on the CNC machine. We are going to put in the juice groove. And using the CNC machine for the juice grooves are very easy. But it is also not that hard to make a quick little down and dirty jig to make juice grooves. There's 1,000 different ways to put juice grooves in a cutting board. I have a CNC machine, so I just happen to use the CNC. It makes things a lot easier, a lot smoother, and I can get a consistent juice groove every time. It takes away the guessing game. It takes away burn marks. It takes away a lot of the issues that you can have with juice grooves, because you've made a cutting board in the past. You know, once you get to the juice groove, you've put all this work into the board, and it takes one hiccup to completely ruin a cutting board. And I have ruined a few before I've gotten the CNC machine. So again, we're using the CNC machine just to kind of put the juice groove in, and it just makes life very easy. Here I am just checking the groove, make sure it's smooth and it's going right. I believe I took this juice groove down to a 3/8 of an inch. It's a 3/4 inch bowl bit that I'm using, and it just works great for me. I've never had an issue. So we're going to get this juice groove done up, and we'll be back for the next step. So far I hope you're enjoying this, and if you do like it, please feel free to like and subscribe. I'm not asking you to do it, only if you want to. Everything's appreciated, and I really hope you like what I'm doing. I'm just starting this out, and look forward to more videos in the future. I plan on putting out a lot more videos, and a lot more videos where I do a lot of tutorials, tips and tricks, and some full big builds as well. So again, we're going to let this just run, and we'll be back once the juice groove is done. Alright folks, we're now back off the CNC machine. Juice groove is in. As you can see, it looks perfect. No issues. What I'm doing here now is I'm using a little rigid palm router with a chamfer bit. And I'm going to use that chamfer bit to, well, first, gotta adjust the camera, make sure everything's in view. The joys of filming by yourself. But I'm going to use the chamfer bit here just to kind of put a chamfer on all the edges and just break that sharp edge. Because with the hardwoods, like the maples and the walnuts and the oaks and things like that, when you get a sharp 90-degree edge, it can actually be sharp enough to cut you. And what I'm here, I'm just adjusting it just to try to get it fine-tuned the way I want it. And then I'm just going to kind of go through and hit every one of these little corners here, as you see. So we're going to hit that one. We're going to hit that one. And unfortunately, this bit is leaving some burn marks. So I'm going to try to alleviate some burn marks as best I can. We're going to hit all 4 of these corners. And then once I get done the corners, we're going to hit the top and the bottom for a nice chamfer all the way around. And I believe the chamfer makes it look professionally done. And that's the thing, when you take the time to do these little things that a lot of people don't notice, but when they see it, it really pops and it makes your board look 100 times better. You just get that nice chamfer. As you see, I'm working it around. I realized I was kind of going the wrong way there, and it was kind of pulling me a little bit. I think I'm going the wrong way here as well. I'm not sure. But we're going to get these chamfers on. Yep, just kind of working them out. And then I go with a real slight chamfer on the top. And on the bottom, you'll see here in a minute, I'm going to adjust the router to put a little bit of a heavier chamfer on it on the bottom. So yeah, we're going to get this top done. Yep, almost done. You almost got it there, Mike. All right, look at that. Looking good. We're going to turn the router off. Yep, flip her over. All right, let's see. Yep, here I am. I'm going to adjust it to make it a little bit deeper. All right. And as you see, I don't have any finger grips in this yet. I'm going to be putting the finger grips here in it in a minute. But I wanted to get the chamfer in first. Yep, there I am, just kind of seeing if I like what I like. Okay, I like it. And we're going to just go full send. Full send all the way around the board. As you can see, we're getting a couple little burn marks in there. But we can fix them with round 2 of the sanding, which is a lot of hand sanding. So the first sanding is going to be with the palm sander. And then round 2 is a lot of hand sanding. And as you can see right now, a lot of work goes into these boards. People always wonder why they cost so much, these end grain boards with the inlay. It's a lot of work that goes into them. So there we go. I got it all done. I like what I see. I'm just kind of checking everything. Got a little bit of tear out on that corner, but we could fix that with some sanding. I'm trying to fix it with the router a little bit. But no go, so we're going to fix that with a sanding. So, all right, we'll be back for the next step. Okay, here we are. We are back for round 2 of sanding. And I think, yeah, I started with the hand sanding, and I realized just to get these burn marks out from the router is going to take me forever doing the hand sanding. So I'm hitting it with the hand sand real quick, and then I thought about it for a minute. I'll move these so I don't got it all floppy around. There we go. So we're hitting it with the hand sanding. A little bit of hand sanding. I'm kind of looking at it, leaning on the board, and just kind of realize, I think about this point is where I'm realizing this is going to take a long time. So I do get the palm sander here in a minute, just to kind of hit everything up. Hitting the little corners there, little flat spots there. Yeah, we're going to kind of work this out a little bit. And we're getting there. Yep, okay. Nope, yep, had enough of that. Moving to the palm sander. Palm sander's faster. Gets those burn marks out real quick. And I want to say I'm using about 120 grit here. So I'm not going too aggressive, just a little bit of 120 just to kind of clean everything. And as you see, when I put that board down, the camera shook a little bit. That board's got some heft to it. I want to say this board weighs probably about 10 pounds. And the board is actually, it's a 12 by 18 board. So it's not a big board, but it's got some weight to it. So we're going to go ahead and hit these little chamfers up. And then I think we're going to go ahead, once I get these chamfers cleaned up on the bottom side, we're going to flip her over. And then once we get her flipped over, yep, I'm going to kind of just round everything there, take those sharp edges out. Like I said, you don't want those sharp edges. You want everything to feel good in the hands. Everything to feel good. So, alright, we're going to get this sanding done, and then we're going to flip her over and get the other side starting to sand up. Okay, we got her flipped over, and we are going to start sanding the front of it now. So we're going to use the pencil method here. And what you do is you just kind of draw on pencil lines on it. And by drawing the pencil lines on it, as I sand it, I know where I've been and where I haven't. This way you don't stay in one spot for too long. And then you'll get like the dips and the valleys in the board because you want it nice and flat. And I'm going to get the chamfers on this end. I'm going to kind of smooth everything on that. And again, I'm still using the 120 grit. And we're just going to get that all sanded, get that up, and then we're going to sand this until all the pencil marks have been removed. So again, this is round 2 of sanding. Alright, so here we go. We are starting on the surface now with round 2 of sanding. And like I said, just going nice and easy, just till those pencil lines just start to disappear. Once they're gone, then I know we are good. Oh, what am I doing? Oh yeah, putting a couple more cookies under there just to kind of give it a little more support underneath the board, because you don't want it to start bowing or anything while you're pushing on it. And I'm gonna tell you, these benchtop cookies from Rockler are amazing. Not sponsored or nothing, but I've had these for a few years now, and they work great. So yeah, we're just gonna keep working this out and working this till all the pencil marks are gone, nice and smooth. This is 120, and then I believe after the 120, we're gonna hit it with the 150, and then after that 150, we're gonna do that nice water pop. And the water pop's great because when you do the water pop, you actually get to see what the board is going to look like when it's finished. So, stick with it. We're almost there, and we'll get to see this beautiful board at the end. Alright, we got all that sanding done. Now, the hand sanding. We're going to get the sanding done and all these juice grooves. We're going to get these juice grooves sanded up to the same grit that the rest of the board is at. So we're taking this up to a 150 grit. And we're going to get all that sanding done. As you can see, we're going to hit every one of these little bits of these juice grooves. And this is the most tedious part of it, is just all the hand sanding. I think it was about 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half of just straight hand sanding. So the best thing I do is I just throw on some music, lose myself in the zone, and just go to town and just start sanding. It's a good time to reflect on things, you know, questions, meaning of life and such. But hey, who here loves sanding? Because I don't. But something that's got to be done. And we all got to do it if we're woodworkers. Alright. We're going to take the little piece out here for the juice grooves. And now got those sharp edges on the juice grooves. Again, don't want those sharp edges. So we're going to go ahead and just kind of smooth them out. Make everything nice and smooth to the touch. You don't really want sharp edges. The sharp edges kind of deter from things. And like I said, on these hard boards like this, you get these 90-degree sharp edges, and they'll slice you open. I've had them make me bleed before, and it's not fun when you're sanding and all of a sudden you look down at your board and there's red marks on there. and it's because of you. So again, we're going to sit here now, we're going to hand sand all these little edges and just kind of get everything smooth to the touch and just feeling good. Just kind of caress those edges over. Alright, and through the miracle of video, the hand sanding is pretty much done. Just kind of feeling everything with my fingers, double checking everything, getting the little corners there, making sure everything's nice and smooth. There you go, Mike. Get all those little nooks and crannies. Alright, now we're going to go over here. We're going to grab the air compressor, and we are going to blow all the dust off. Get all that dust off of this. We're going to get the front, the backs, the sides, everything. Want all that dust off of there. And the reason why we're blowing all that dust off is, well, guys, it's about that time to water pop the board. And as you see, some of you eagle-eyed guys might have noticed I've kind of forgotten a step here. I have not noticed it yet, but I have not put the finger holds in it yet. And I have not realized it yet that I have not put the finger holds in. So we're kind of going to go out of step here because we're going to water pop it. And I think I start sanding it again when I realize that I have not done the finger holds. So I'm going to go get the water bottle. We're going to bring that over, and here we go. This is where you get your first look at what it's going to look like when it's all done. Just kind of moving all the bits around. There we go. Here we go. Oh, nope, not yet. Little tease. We're going to get the back first. And I think I put it on painter triangles as well, just to kind of help it dry. So we're going to get the back. We're going to get the sides. All right, and then we're going to flip her over. Oh, yep. Switch sides with it. There we go. We're going to flip her over. Nope. Yep. Here's where I do it. Get those cookies out of the way. The cookies are great, but when you're trying to dry something, it doesn't work all the way. Oh, I was one short. All right. Time to go find one. All right. It's around the shop somewhere. Hurry up, Mike. Come back into the shot. We're all waiting for you. Come on. You can get back here. Where are you at? Sometime today. I should be back any second now. We're all waiting for you, Mike. Come. Oh, there you are. You decided to come back. Alrighty. So, here we go. Now we're going to pop the front, and you're going to get to see what she's going to look like when she's all... Where are you going now? What, you see something shiny over there? Alright, here we go. Now we're back. Now we're going to spray. There we go. Look at that. And this is kind of where I realized that the cherry with the maple didn't pop as much as I was hoping it would, especially with the name in the middle of the E. I was really hoping that would stand out a lot more. But this is what the customer ordered, so this is what the customer gets. I'm going to try to convince them to maybe change that out eventually to just the name and doing it in walnut so it really pops out more. But that's up to them. So now we're going to go ahead and just kind of let this dry, and then we'll be back when it is all dried. And the reason why we water pop is we want to bring those grains of wood so it's very smooth. And the grains of wood are now going to make it real rough. And then we're going to sand that all back down. So, all right, we'll be back for the next step. Okay, so off camera, I realized I had forgotten the finger holds. So here I am, just kind of setting the router table up, getting everything adjusted, and we're going to put these finger holds in. I don't go for really big finger holds because I've got the chamfer, and we're going to be putting rubber feet on the bottom of this. So it's going to be up off the countertop already quite a bit. So I'm just using this little, I guess, concave bit here just to put a little finger grip on the bottom of it. So here I am, I raised it up. We're going to go ahead and move some stuff out of the way there. And we're going to send it on through. Nice and easy. I think I get a lot of burning with this. Of course, I don't do it on camera, so you can't see it. But yeah, I got quite a bit of burning with that. I don't like that, so we're going to go ahead and raise it up a little bit more. And we're just going to go... Actually, I raised it up quite a bit more. Never mind. And we're going to go ahead and hit this side again. And just kind of, there we go, push it in. And as you see, I've got my 2 stop blocks set up so that way it's consistent every time I do it. And we're going to run it through. I went really slow this time. I don't know why I went that slow. So I got a lot of burning on that one. I could actually smell it. But I think, yep, I think I like what I see there. I like it. I kind of wish I'd have gotten it all on camera. Maybe I don't like what I see here. You know, oh, I'm going to raise it up just a little bit more. There we go. And I think this is the last time I raise it. And we're going to get a real nice just finger grip there. There we go. I like it. Do you like it this time, Mike? Yeah, you like it that time. So now we're going to the other side. And we're going to go ahead and just send it in, push it through, send it through. And then what I'm going to do is after I'm done with this, I'm going to raise it up like a very little bit. And that takes away a lot of the burn on it. So as you'll see, I'm going to raise it up just a little bit. I mean, just a smidge. Actually, I lowered it there. You're a dummy, Mike. Come on. Get with the program. I don't even think I realize it. I think I do it one more time before I realize that I lowered it. Do I? Yeah, I'm looking at it going, why didn't it take the burn off? What's going on here? I got a lot of frills. Come on, what's going on? I go over to the bench. I kind of messed with the frills a little bit. I thought the frills stopped me from getting anything. I haven't realized I lowered it yet. And then I'm going to try it again. Same issue. Nothing. Oh, did I realize it? Let's see. Did I realize it? We're going to go. Oh, yep. There you go. You're lowering it. There you go. You want to raise it, Mike. So I raise it ever so much. And I'm going to go in and over real quick. Just boop, boop, boop. Boom, boom. Burn mark's gone. I like it. Oh, maybe I didn't like it. All right. A little bit more. I think that was the final one. And I think I do it. I get rid of the burn marks. I like it. And then I have to sand all those the finger holds, but don't worry. We're not going to show that on camera. We're not going to make you sit through any more sanding. Because that was about another 30 or 45 minutes worth of sanding. So there we go. Got both sides, and we are good to go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time. All sanding is done. I sanded the finger holds. I'm putting the gloves on, and it is time to oil this board. And the oil I use is just the Howard's Butcher Block oil. Get it from the big box store. You want to make sure you shake it up real good. And we're going to go ahead and just put it on, and we're just going to use the pizza method. We're just going to put it on and spread it around with our hands. There you go. Got a good old amount on there. And we're just going to spread it around. Just like that. Ooh, yeah. Just kind of smoothing it all in. We want to make sure we want it to absorb all that mineral oil because this has got oil and wax in it. Nice, good finish. Protects it well. I've been using this on every board I ever make. And I've never had an issue. We're going to get all the little sides, all the little finger holds. Yep, get in there. Get your finger in there. Get it all done. We're going to get everything in there. All right, a little more. Thought I had enough. We're going to get a little more. Because you don't want to go too heavy, but you also don't want to go too light. You got to kind of find that perfect balance. We're going to get all the sides. We're going to get everything done. All right, we're going to get that done, and we're going to get all the sides, and then we're going to flip her over here in a second. All right, back is done. We're going to flip her over, and we're going to oil the front. And I do believe I went quite heavy with this oil on the front. Give it another shake. All right. Yeah, I think I went quite heavy on the front here. And again, you'll see again, I really was not happy with the way the cherry popped against the maple. I've used cherry before with the maple and it really pops really nice. For some reason this board it just didn't want to pop right. So again, like I said, I'm going to reach out to the customer and see if they maybe want to change that up. Maybe do a walnut inlay, because with any board that I sell, I always offer, free resurfacing. You send it to me, I'll sand it all down, resurface it, get all your cut marks and nicks out of it. Because my boards, I want you to use them. I don't want you to use them for decoration. I want you to use them. I want you to enjoy them. I want them to get use. But here we go. We're going to get in there, get all the sides, get everything done, get into the juice grooves, and do all that. Yep, get there. Yep, my glove's not working right. It keeps sliding off my finger. But yeah, we're getting in the juice grooves, getting everything done. There we go. Beautiful. All right. And then we'll be back here in a second for all the finishing. It'll be the final step for finishing. So, all right. We're almost there, guys. We're almost to the end. All right, folks. Here we are at the end. I've been letting this sit now for a couple of hours. Just kind of soak everything in. You can see everything. It's soaked all that oil in. And we're going to go ahead and start wiping up all that excess. You can see the wax on the surface. And we're just going to kind of buff all that wax in. Make it look real pretty. And all we're just going to use is some shop towels for it. A couple paper towels. And we're just going to start wiping it. You can see that wax there. And now we're just going to kind of just buff it all out. Make it look real pretty. And I think it starts sliding around on me, because I'm using those triangles again. There's painter triangles, which they're nice, but they're also a pain. And you go through quite a few paper towels doing this. You want to get there's a lot of excess in that juice groove. You got to get all that excess off. This can be tedious at times, but hey, again, put the earpods in, or earbuds in, put on some good tunes, and just get her done. Think I walked off. Yep, get some more paper towels. And we're just going to kind of get this all wiped down and good to go. Alright, we got the front done. It's all cleaned up. Getting the back finished up here. Getting all that extra oil off of there. All that extra wax off of there. Making sure everything is good and smooth and clean. Gloves off. Alright. Now, we got to put the rubber feet on. And to do the rubber feet, I don't have a fancy jig for it. I don't have any fancy tools for it. I just kind of eyeball it. So we're going to go ahead and go grab those. Got them in the drawer. Probably should have had them out ready to go. So of course, here I am walking off camera again. One of these days I'll learn to get everything pre-staged for me, but here we go. We're going to go ahead and get out the rubber feet. Kind of get them all set. 4 rubber feet for the corners. Get the screws out. Yep, getting the screws out, and then we're going to go ahead and get them set into the corners. There we go. 4 screws, 4 feet. Get them good to go. Alright. Now, put that away. You want to clean your mess up, because if you don't put it away, you'll never find it again. Alright. So now we're going to go ahead and just kind of, like I said, I kind of eyeball these into the corners. Been doing it this way for every one of my boards. Never had an issue. Here I am, just kind of eyeballing where they go. Yep. Kind of look good there, and look good there. Kind of liking what I see. Grab the drill, drill it, and then we're going to screw it. Putting the screws in. Yes, we're going to drill it, and then we're going to put the screws in. Yes. Now when you're doing this drilling, you want to be careful. You don't want to blow through the other side. So you just want it to be nice and easy. Not going too deep. Just want to kind of finesse it in there. And then I just use a screwdriver. I hand tighten these. I don't use a drill or nothing like that. Kind of blowing all the sawdust off. You see me kind of dumping them out of the cups there. Yeah, there we go. Getting all that done. Looking good. Yeah, had a little stuff stuck in there. Had to blow it out. All right, looking good. We're going to go ahead and grab that screwdriver. And I don't think I grabbed the right screwdriver at first. I think I grabbed the wrong screwdriver. I think I ended up grabbing a different screwdriver after this. Yep, there we go. We're going to get it all lined up with the hole there. And I do think I went back to the cookies for this because I didn't want any damage. Or did I put it? No, I put them in the juice groove. Because if you push too hard with the triangles or anything, you can actually put indents in the board, and you don't want to do that. Yep, here we go. I'm grabbing a different screwdriver. Didn't like that one. Bounced around too much. So this is pretty much it. This is the end of the board, and if you guys liked it, feel free to like and subscribe. I'm not begging for it. If you want to, you want to. Please do. I hope you do, because I really enjoy doing this stuff for you guys. And if you have any questions or comments or concerns, feel free to post them. I'll try to answer as much as I can. I do try to answer every comment. And yeah, keep an eye out for more videos to follow. And like I said, I got some ideas and some builds planned that I want to do for this. And yeah, I'm Mike. This is Knife Hand Wood Design. My motto is, if you can dream it, I'll try to build it for you. And if I can't, I'll tell you. I like to be honest. I do. So yeah. If you like it, I hope you do. If not, well, I still hope you like it anyway. So, alright. And then coming up next is the beauty shots. So here we go. And here are the beauty shots. Again, if you made it this far into the video, thank you so much. And if you like it, please like and subscribe. See you on the next one, everybody. Have a good day. Bye-bye.